Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make the best brownies. This is literally called the best brownies. I'll be following a page from this Hershey's Classic Recipes book. I believe this came out in the early 2000s. The ingredients you're going to need for the brownies are going to be all-purpose flour, baking cocoa, granulated sugar, vanilla extract, salt, 2 eggs, baking powder, and then unsalted butter. Next, we'll want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then in a large bowl, we can add half a cup of melted butter, and mine wasn't quite melted, but it worked out. We're also going to add 1 cup of sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then we're just going to mix this together. I'm using a rubber spatula to get everything off the sides of the bowl to make sure everything's mixed in. And then we're going to add 2 eggs and combine. In a separate mixing bowl with a sifter, we're going to add half a cup of flour, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're just going to sift this all together. If you don't own a sifter, I'd recommend maybe just using like a whisk and whisking it together. And then we're going to gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and mix. So here I'm taking about half of the dry ingredients, adding it in, and then mixing all of that together. And again, just make sure you're scraping down the sides of the bowl as needed. And then we can repeat what we just did, so add the rest of the dry ingredients, mix together, make sure it's smooth, scrape down the sides of the bowl if needed. You should be good to stop mixing once all like the powder and clumps are gone. It kind of starts looking like frosting or like chocolate mousse when it's done. And then we're going to take a square 9x9 inch pan and grease it. I'm just taking some avocado oil because that's what I had. And I'm spraying it and just wiping it and spreading it out with a paper towel to wipe off the excess. And because this brownie batter is thick, I'm just taking that rubber spatula again and I'm just going to scoop it up and plop it in and then spread it out as best as I can. If you notice any air bubbles after doing this, sometimes if you slightly pick up the pan and just drop it lightly on the counter a few times, sometimes they'll go away. And then we can put this in the preheated oven for 20 to 25 minutes, so I did about 23 to start.
Later.
Once the brownies are done, we can take them out and place them on a cooling rack. The recipe says an indicator of knowing it's done is when it begins to pull away from the sides of the pan. You can kind of see that here. While that's cooling, we're going to make the creamy brownie frosting. So in a small bowl, we can add 3 tablespoons of softened butter, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then I'm using 1 tablespoon of honey. You can also use 1 tablespoon of light corn syrup as a replacement. And then we're going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla and mix this together. And then to this we can add 1 cup of powdered sugar and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk. I used 2. And then we can mix this again. Once the brownies were cooled, I flipped them out of the pan onto a plate. And then I put the frosting on top and started spreading it out. And just a tip, I always like to start from the center and spread outwards. It minimizes the amount of crumbs you pull up. And then I cut it into 16 pieces, but you can cut it however you want it. This is the final product when they're all done. The brownies themselves, they're very thick but still moist and soft. And then the frosting added being like creamy and just, oh, it's so good together, trust me. Also, don't forget to leave a comment if you're interested in seeing me bake any of the other recipes from this or any of the other cookbooks I have. I have a whole cupboard full of cookbooks, so just let me know. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more in the future, don't forget to hit subscribe and then the bell button as well if you want to be notified when my videos come out. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a safe and happy Halloween. Bye!